Oh, hello. My name's Tim Smith. A quick note first before we get into this properly. I'm a baker, not a video maker, and certainly not a voiceover artist. So, welcome to the Zuzu's Bakery crowdfunding pitch video. My name's Tim, and I am Zuzu's Bakery. And the reason I'm asking you to contribute your hard-earned money, unless of course you were given it all, to keep us going, is, well, I'll show you some of the bad things that happened and ate into my initial capital, which was my savings, plus a loan from the local enterprise board. All was going on swimmingly. We set up in our new premises a little while ago when we were making good quality, delicious and interesting bread and selling it to people at a reasonable price, and using that reasonable price to subsidise sales of the bread to poorer people like I was a few years ago. Then, as I say, things unfolded that ate our capital. How bad were these things? Well, I didn't sleep, and I cried a lot. We had dead ovens. We had other dead ovens. We had this kind of situation with the previous people who'd been in. Then the floor collapsed, and we had to have that completely redone, which meant shutting for quite a while. That made me unhappy. But in the spirit of my daughter, Zuzu, I learned how to do all sorts of things that as a baker I never thought I'd learn how to do. This, combined with a whole bunch of my friends, meant that we were finally able to get back into manufacture. Unfortunately, we'd been out of the game for months by this point. And that meant that rent still needed to be paid, and ingredients still need to be bought, because I was having to make bread from home, unlike this bread which we make at work. So what I want to keep doing now is making and selling delicious bread, but doing this, making sure we can get bread to other people who can't afford it. If you read the pitch document, you'll understand why this is so important to me, and why the bakery is called Zuzu's. When I say wonky bread, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, it's lovely, and it makes me happy, like I was in the days when Zuzu was alive. So I want to employ Deborah at a good wage. Deborah runs our front of house voluntarily at the moment, and provides the art for our women's only art galleries. And I want to keep Zuzu's going, so I really, really need your help. And this is the sort of thing we're going to be making, we are making in fact, and selling. So the concept is that I make bread and other pastries with low salt and low sugar. I'm diabetic. And when the bread is fresh out of the oven, I'm going to be selling it at the price that we make it for, with obviously a profit margin for me, so I can live and be happy. But we use good ingredients, and we take our time over this bread. And in this case, cheese-filled donuts. The flour is actually enriched with cheese here, and I top it with a dehydrated olive powder. And so we will be selling that bread at a price which is reasonable in North Yorkshire to people who can afford it. That means that when the bread is more than a day old, which is still delicious bread and healthy, like this stuff, this is 2 days old, we can then have our wonky bread days, which I want to make a regular everyday event, and so we can sell that bread, or even sometimes give it away from our little shop here in Morton. Please do help. Thank you.
Wonderful time wherever I am, whomever I'm with.